I'm great. Thanks for asking. I am working on songs as always. I'm playing a lot too. I think I can't do anything else, isn't it? You know, that's what I can do best, and that's what I love doing. So that's how I am, and yeah. So there you go. And I'm also, of course, exploring a little bit because it's my time off from a long tour. So yeah, when I take breaks from my writing sessions and things, I'll just explore, go to the mountains here, meet with friends, mainly female. Okay. Well, we got great responses. The reviews were actually all around very positive. The people really liked it out there, the fans and friends, and ourselves too. So, because we basically found ourselves, you know, or let's put it that way. The first album was kind of an experiment a little bit, you know, because, you know, we were just, you know, writing separately and just throwing things in and then kind of, you know, see where this is going. Now with this album, with the new one, we already have been playing live and touring. So we knew what each of us, what kind of style of music, you know, we're comfortable in and what we like. So the new album sounds, I'd say, much more together. I think that's the way I have to put it, you know. It's like, you know, very, more organized, you know, and more defined. It's also a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive too. But yeah, thank you. Good responses. Well, this year, 2013, was exactly filled out with these acts. I was not home since February, I think, or maybe only for a few days, you know, and that was that. And all three genres and all three artists are sort of different, but share the same love and passion for honest music. That's the most important thing, isn't it? So that's why actually the differences between the gigs are actually not that big, because everybody's passionate about it. It's like, you know, nobody really tells you what to do. Everybody, you know, is respectful to each other musically, and there you go. That's the definition. Of course, it's different stylistics, you know, different shows. Stephen Wilson is more, you know, playing to screen with click tracks and, you know, locked to videos and visuals. But it's wonderful. Great stuff. The Aristocrats is sort of the opposite of that one, you know, of the show, because we just show up, three of us, no matter where, and we do our thing. We just play for you. You know, we don't need the show. We just play. Like, we could be in the living room, or we could be on a big stage. And that's not like, you know, anything. It's just, you know, I don't want to kind of evaluate that, you know. It's like basically just a different type of performance. And Joe Satriani is more a rock show. Solid rock show, you know. Lots of people enjoying rock music and going there, hanging out and having fun. But, you know, it's got to be performed right too, isn't it? You know. It's funny that you should say that in a good way, because I've been playing guitars on all of my solo albums or most of them, you know, since what? For over 10 years, for 15 years. So, there you go. It's kind of just funny that, especially on that record, because it is a project, or certified as a project, and it's like, you know, the three of us, all of a sudden, everybody's defined, you know, with what they do, stylistically, or what they play, and, well, it happened to be, I wasn't even planning on kind of leaving the guitars. I was just kind of offering them, you know, as a demo version. I thought like maybe we would have another guitar player, but it was then Jordan playing keyboards, so we decided to keep the guitars. It makes me very happy because I'm very passionate about the guitar tones and everything. And well, thanks for liking it, and for enjoying it, I guess. And yes, I will play more guitar on other albums and stuff. That's what I've been doing, and I keep doing this. Ephel Duath, it's like this one guy, David Tiso. Now the funny thing is, I did a few records with him already, and it's to me, or for me, one of the really enjoyable things to work with. Like one of my most favorite things to work with this guy. He's amazing because he lets me completely be myself, and these are always my favorite productions when I get these things. You know, there's hardly any retake. He just loved everything I did. And the thing is, he just gave me just the basic guitars and ideas, and I kind of, played what I thought. There was not even like a drum idea or programming or nothing. He just let me completely do my thing and thanked me for that after. Because I thought like, wow, this is so cool, It's like not even like a bit where he goes like, go maybe back to that part. It's like, no. Completely do your thing. So love this guy for that. And how do I say it? I do feel home, with sort of kind of that thing when you kind of can do your what you love to do and what you kind of want to do and what you feel musically by doing. So this is actually what people like also, well, what we do with the Aristocrats and with Steve and also Joe. There you go again. These people let you live. They kind of know what you deliver, or they want what you deliver. So there you go. Hell yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the deal, if you have a great band chemistry, it's like having a lovely dialogue. It's like just, mainly when the show is over, we maybe talk over some stuff, but then we kind of, drink and have fun, or, and chill out. And also like on the drive to the next venue, we talk about all kinds of other stuff, but the music then. That's what you do, but that's what you kind of do on stage. So yes, it's no, we kind of have having fun. That's really an important part. Because then you kind of enjoy the music the most just by kind of just looking at each other, smiling, and and just kind of enjoying this. So there you go. And the best, well, qualities to have an influence on me over the years. Like I said, these are the musicians, for example, like Joe Satriani or something, that are kind of completely aware of what they choose or who they choose to work with, and then just let you do your thing and be respectful. So it's fantastic. I love, well, here we go. My favorite band is probably Queen, because of their uniqueness, of their really unique style of writing, and just, everyone is great in the band, everyone is important in the band, and what they delivered was just like so rich and beautiful. Then Led Zeppelin, for their, how do you say, like, for their force, like groove and just darkness as well. They were the ones kind of bringing this vibe across. Jimmy Page, isn't he? Is like one of my big idols there. See, there you go. Freddie Mercury, Jimmy Page. Those guys. Of course, the other guys, Brian May too. And everyone, and Police. Sting, Stewart, and Andy Summers. Those three guys had this chemistry. That's actually a good thing to compare, or to kind of use as an example, that the chemistry, this is like one of those things, I think, that Jimmy Page once said. That's why he has the cymbals actually on Led Zeppelin 4. It's like 4 elements form a 5th element, which is the music, which is unbelievable. This is actually really cool to say, because the Police guys, for example, have played probably in different variations and groupings and whatever, as well. But then all of a sudden Sting joined, or I don't know, or that trio came together, and the magic was all of a sudden there, Maybe even, with Andy now in the band. I think they had a different guitar player before, but all of a sudden the chemistry was right, the sound was right, and there they were, conquering the world. Funny thing is, with Aristocrats, it's kind of a different genre, of course, but similar story. Brian and I worked in different bands before, and with different musicians, had different trios. All of a sudden Guthrie joined, and it just felt right. It locked, and it was like the chemistry was just amazing. What else? Zeppelin Pulleys. Frank Zappa, of course. Frank Zappa is just one of my all-time favorites. Just his body of work and, well, just kind of translating his life and fun into music was unbelievable. Kate Bush. I love Kate Bush. Just her writing is very strong. Lyrically and everything just really beautiful. But I also love bands like PIL, Public Image Limited, for not being scared of leaving, dirt on the tape, like if you listen to Second Edition or every kind of stuff, Johnny Rotten, you shouldn't care too much to make some of these things perfect, that's one of, it is perfect in itself, but it lives, that's like, what Zeppelin have actually too, and all these bands I mentioned, like it kind of has a soul. It becomes a soul. If you leave if you leave like a little bit of dirt here and there, or try to be not too perfect, then it has a certain charm to it. Who else do I listen to? Ryuichi Sakamoto, beautiful film composer, or not only film composer but electronic stuff, which leads me to Kraftwerk, pretty much the one of the few German bands I like from my home country. Anyways, lots of cool stuff, and what else? Let's move on. I guess it's very essential, though that's the word for it, I guess, because, see, my parents, they bought me my first records, Queen. They introduced me to Queen. They took me to my first rock concert, which was Queen, the Hot Space Tour, and then also the Rolling Stones, Still Live, and then Jethro Tull, and all these bands. And my dad is a huge metal fan, actually, as well. So he listens to everything, from jazz to metal, but he also has a good ear for, quality, for good music. So I was brought up with that, he was always about music, It's just an amazing thing, like just, growing up, and kind of having the importance of, artistic value around you. So, I guess, that's what kind of shaped, my attitude towards music. To me, it was like very important. There you go. And I guess it, influenced my style today, because music feels natural to me. It feels completely natural. I know for some people music is work. For me, music is joyful, fun. It's almost like a Zen experience. It's almost like, my head, I'm completely free and can kind of, just dedicate myself and live in this environment. It's one of the best places on earth. It's a universe, I think with the bands I already talked about it, but like picking the drums, that I don't know, because I started with organ and then, guitar and stuff. But drums I started playing and was very serious about for some reason, I don't know, it came very easy to me, and it felt great just playing drums, and I love playing the other instruments too, but for some reason I don't even know, what to say. The drums, for some reason, I don't know, something got me there. And but again, I don't see myself solely as a drummer. All the other instruments have this importance to me. For some reason, the drums are, I guess, my favorite instrument, because it's like the foundation of everything, right? It's like the house you build in and that you live in, because, if the groove is not right, then the house falls apart. The drums are the one, are essential instruments. That's why usually a lot of times the drummers of the bands are very, very, very important, very strong, as you can see, like, with John Bonham. What a defining sound for Led Zeppelin. Stuart Copeland, what a defining sound for the Police, just as an example. My all-time favorite drummers, you see, I don't really listen to a lot of drummers, sorry. I just came up with my own concepts and, but I love Vinnie Colaiuta, Stuart Copeland, John Bonham, Buddy Rich, Terry Bozzio, Simon Phillips, also as a person, lovely guy, and we're good friends. So yeah, there you go, that's some, and there's many more. I don't want to, keep forgetting things, but, these come to mind when I started learning drums, Oh, honestly, I'm fine with being a drummer and a little bit of a guitar player, so to speak. And the other things that I play, I kind of sometimes cheat my way through in the studio here, because when I record, I can record like 10 seconds at a time and then punch in again, or like play one part and then move on. So no, I keep doing what I do and I'm happy with this. But I think, what is important is, having an ear for things and knowing what you want and what direction you want to go. Oh, man. Well, I guess, what, music is so natural to me and everything that I can't think of anything else. No, you know what, I can't even cook a proper good meal. At least I think I never try, don't I? But, when I'm time off from music, like I said, I love exploring, that's what I do on tour actually as well. Because when we tour, we also have a lot of downtime, right? Because, we have, the show is at night, and then we have days off. So by that time, I love exploring cities, and, meeting with friends and hanging out. I love that, that's, people always think like, oh my God, like they write me always on Facebook like, when do you sleep? Or do you sleep at all? What's going on? You're doing so much stuff, another record and another record and another record. But hey, look, other people go to work, and work 8-9 hours a day. Well, I'm doing music, and I can pick my schedule. Sometimes, I work till 5 in the morning and then I wake up at noon or a little earlier, or, I sometimes just do something for 1 hour, a day and just explore and then, just, leave a few days off or go somewhere and then I come back and kind of, do like more work, again, well, work is even like the wrong expression. It's like I'm looking really forward to it. It's like, something that people have to understand. It's like for me, kind of, being fortunate enough to kind of make a living of music is one thing, but just looking forward to it. It's like, I don't know, it's like being a tennis champion or whatever. I didn't even know how to explain it. Or kind of buying a boat and kind of going out on a beautiful day, cruising on a nice lake. That to me is making music. It's a beauty. That's why I built my studio also with a view and everything. I just love it here. Playing great instruments, having fun with it, and creating something that you like. It's like being a painter or an artist, in any kind of form. Okay. I would love to go to India and play for you guys. We just wait for the perfect moment and the perfect time and a good invitation, that we can somehow make it possible. That's, India and you guys over there, have like so much, musicality in you, and you take it so serious. I gotta tell you, always when I work with Indian artists, I just, feel like, very, very, very comfortable. I just recently played with this one guitar player, Dinesh Kumar, I guess that's his name. And he sent me this beautiful track. Really, really, really cool. And he lives somewhere, I think he studies, and he lives somewhere in a hostel. I don't know what he did. And he kind of recorded this really cool song, 9-minute piece. Like, you know, it has complexity, beauty, and it's very well done. But it's so great, and it plays itself. You know, that's always the thing. Like a good song, no matter how complex it is, it breathes and plays itself. So this guy sent me this wonderful track and was very thankful for that, and I was very thankful for him to making beautiful music. And that's what I experienced actually a lot with people from India. So I want to go to play for the humans in India. We have to do this. Yes, you guys are great. I want to play for you, and we have to kind of, you know, go to your country and then, you know, celebrate and just have like a wonderful time. Okay, guys, and keep believing, you know, in your dreams, and make honest music, because that's what you do so well. All right, guys. Thanks again for the interview, and speak shortly.